There is something you did that you have not forgiven yourself for. Maybe it was years ago. Maybe no one else remembers it. Maybe no one else even knows. But you remember. You remember it at 2 a.m. when the room is quiet and there is nothing left to distract you. You remember it in the middle of a good day, uninvited, unwelcome, arriving without warning, a decision you made, a word you said, something you did or failed to do when it mattered. And no matter how much time passes, it does not leave. You have apologized, perhaps to others, perhaps only to yourself. You have analyzed it, understood it, explained it, and still in the quiet moments it is there, waiting. The ancients had a name for what you are carrying, and they found something for it that no one in the modern world has been able to replace. Before anything else, a distinction the Stoics considered essential. Guilt and shame are not the same thing. This difference is not academic. It is everything. Guilt says, I did something wrong. Shame says, I am something wrong. Guilt points at the action. Shame points at the self. Guilt, real guilt, the kind that still has a conscience behind it, is not the enemy. It is information. It is the signal that something in you recognizes the gap between who you acted like and who you actually are. Seneca understood this distinction with precision. He wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, not erasure, not forgetting." A new beginning built on honest acknowledgement of what ended. The person who feels genuine guilt is not broken. They are functioning. Their conscience is alive. The problem is not the guilt itself. The problem is what happens when guilt is never resolved, when it is carried indefinitely, not as a signal, but as a sentence. Here is what unresolved guilt actually does. It does not correct the past. It cannot. Nothing you feel today changes what happened then. What it does instead is far more destructive. It corrupts the present. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journals, "For no audience but himself. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, not feel guilty about not being one. Not punish yourself until you have suffered enough to deserve forgiveness. Be one, now, in this moment, with what is still available to you." The Stoics observed something about guilt that most people never see. Carried long enough, guilt stops being about the person you wronged. It becomes about you, about the comfort of self-punishment, the familiar weight of it, the strange safety of a person who has decided they do not deserve to be free. Seneca called this one of the most subtle forms of self-destruction. There is nothing more wretched than a man who is always rehearsing his own indictment, playing the prosecutor, the judge, and the prisoner all at once, in a trial that never ends, for a crime that has already been committed and cannot be uncommitted by any amount of suffering. The Stoic philosophers were not soft on wrongdoing. They did not excuse mistakes. They did not minimize harm. They believed in accountability with a seriousness that most modern philosophy lacks. But they drew a line sharp and unmistakable between accountability and self-destruction. Epictetus wrote, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." What is in your power now? Today is not the past. The past is done. It is, in the Stoic framework, entirely outside your control. What is in your power is this moment, this choice, this version of yourself still being assembled. Marcus Aurelius returned to this idea constantly, not because he was perfect. He was not. He made decisions as emperor that cost lives. He knew it. He wrote about it. But he refused to let the weight of past failures prevent present action. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The past is an outside event. You cannot change it. You cannot undo it. You cannot suffer your way back to before it happened. What you can do, the only thing you can do, is decide what kind of person you are going to be from this moment forward. The Stoic cure for guilt was not forgiveness in the modern sense, not a feeling, not an emotion you wait to arrive. A practice, 3 specific, sequential steps. The first, honest acknowledgement, not performed regret, not the apology designed to relieve your own discomfort. The quiet, private, unflinching admission to yourself first, of exactly what happened, what you did, why you did it. Seneca practiced this every evening without fail. I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said. I hide nothing from myself. I soften nothing, not to punish, to see clearly, because guilt that is never examined clearly grows larger than the thing that caused it. The second, making what amends are possible. Not all damage can be repaired. The Stoics knew this, but some can, and the person who can make amends and does not is not carrying guilt. They are choosing it. The apology that was never given, the acknowledgement that was never made, if it is still possible, make it not for the feeling it produces, because it is the right action, and right action is always within your power. The third resolution, the decision to act differently. This is the step most people skip entirely. They feel the guilt, they perform the regret, and then they return to the same patterns. Seneca wrote, "Why should I fear anything when I am able to say, 'See that you do this no more'? See that you do this no more." Not feel bad about it forever, not carry it as proof of your unworthiness. Simply see that you do this no more. This is the Stoic definition of genuine remorse, not the depth of the feeling, the change in the behavior. Here is what the Stoics would say to you directly. The guilt you are still carrying, has it changed you? Have you become more honest because of it? More careful? More present to the people around you? If yes, then it has done its work, and continuing to carry it is no longer conscience, it is punishment. Self-imposed, endless, unproductive punishment. If no, then the guilt has not been heard, it has only been felt. And feeling without changing is not remorse, it is rumination. Marcus Aurelius wrote something that cuts through every form of self-indulgent guilt. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. An untroubled spirit, not a guiltless one, an untroubled one. The difference is vast. A guiltless spirit has never done wrong. That is not available to any human being. An untroubled spirit has done wrong, acknowledged it, learned from it, changed because of it, and then released it. Not because the past didn't matter, because the present matters more. The ancient cure for guilt is not absolution. No philosopher, no priest, no amount of self-punishment can give you that. The ancient cure is something more demanding and more permanent. It is transformation. The decision made consciously, completely, without reservation, to let what you did wrong become the foundation of who you become right. Seneca wrote near the end of his life. Every day ought to be regulated as if it were the one that brings up the rear, the one that rounds out and completes our lives. Every day, not the day after you have finally forgiven yourself. This day, the one you are in right now, the person you wronged, deserves more than your guilt. They deserve the version of you that learned something, and you, the actual you, beneath the weight of what you have been carrying, deserve to meet that version too. Vindica te tibi. Reclaim yourself, for yourself, not from your past, through it.